next technique is called triggered salute. Now you're going to find this a fascinating technique. Now this is designed against somebody pushing you. Now in this technique, you're going to take the angle of least resistance. Now when I say least resistance, I don't want that to be misleading. All right, now I'll show you what I'm talking about. Clyde, can I borrow you for a second? Thank you. Now this is a push from his right arm to your left shoulder. Now as Clyde pushes, the natural reaction is to be shoved back this way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to train you that as he pushes to take an angle that will absorb this force, okay? Now there's a number of ways you can do this. If he's pushing, I could step over, okay? Or I could step back, push with my left leg. And these are two angles of least resistance, okay? But the trouble with those is that they don't give me a target. Now, if I step in as he pushes, there's another angle, go ahead, push, Clyde, of least resistance, but it gives me a what? It gives me a target. Generally, there's 3 angles of least resistance in a technique, all right? But you've got to find the one that also gives you a target. It's not just enough to move away from him, okay? All right, so in our defense, remember in the other tapes, as I explained, is our offense. Now on this push, when Clyde does push, what we're going to do, we're going to check the hand, we're going to take back, and we're going to check his knee, and we're going to heel palm at the same time. So we have 3 things that are going to happen: the check, the knee, and the heel palm strike. And I want you to consider the knee down here as a strike as well. All right, now, as we move, I want you to think of this kind of like a gunslinger, a fast draw, in that when he pushes, bam, I move down from where my hand is, just like if I was drawing a pistol. And as I move in, bam, everything moves from here in one motion, okay? I'll slow it down just a little bit. What I don't want to see is this, because that's going to indicate that I'm coming. Clyde's going to see it, and he could block it or prepare for it, okay? But if you do this right, if the guy pushes, he should not see this hit, nor should he see the knee check hit as well. Okay, now, as we move on this technique, we have 3 target points on a circle. 1, 2, 3. The hinge of the jaw or the chin, down to the bicep, to the solar plexus. That's going to be the first circle that we're going to work on. So that means we're going to do this slow. As Clyde pushes, we heel palm, bring him back in with the shape of the crane, slip it off, and hit the solar plexus with the elbow. Now I say the shape of the crane because I'm going to fashion my arm so it looks like a bird's head in its neck. And what that does, as we hit Clyde on the heel palm, it raises him up on his toes. Now that checks his height. It also checks his width. He can't punch or hit me. Go ahead, punch. He can't kick because I've shoved weight suddenly up. So he's on his toes. But now I want to bring him back into range. So I come down hard onto the bicep, bringing him back down, again controlling his height. He can't kick at that point. And it brings him into my elbow. Now this in itself is also a strike. Okay? Now what I mean is when Clyde is up here, and I bring him back down, it's not just raking, but this part of your wrist actually hits and connects onto the bicep. Reason for that is because we want a dead arm, meaning we don't want him grabbing suddenly because he's been hit, go ahead, grab me, and pulling and yanking me around with that arm. So if I come off and deaden that arm, I don't have to worry about that as much. Also, it brings him back in for the elbow. The elbow comes back to the ribs, and then we're going to do an inverted punch to the chin at that point. That'll be the end of the technique. Now I want to show you something else. If he comes over here, from this angle, as I bring him in and I hit the solar plexus, I'm going to come back to the floating rib. I'm going to let my back knuckle slip and catch the kidney. Okay? That's going to be icing on the cake. If you can do it, fine. All right, now watch again. He pushes, up, down, back. Okay, the elbow hits the back knuckle, and then we drive him back up. All right, now the important thing on this technique is to remember, like I said before, shoot, that we move all at once. The knee check, the hand pin, and the heel palm all at one time. Don't stop the circle, round the corner. That's an elongated circle. That's important to remember because in Kenpo we just don't stop and then start, but we round it, bringing him back in to the action. Okay? Now I'll do it one more time, a little slower. We go 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're done with your technique? Thank you, Clyde. Good.